Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Today, for the first series of Underrated Monday, where I take a card where I feel is extremely underrated or will be good in the future and dissected by card, effect by card, I'm going to be doing Pilica, Descendant of Gusto this time. Now, Pilica, Descendant of Gusto is a very interesting card because when you first look at her, you think that she's just another one of those Gusto cards. But going into her effect, she doesn't necessarily stick to the Gusto archetype, whereas monsters are destroyed, make it special summon themselves, or even, interact with just Gustos themselves. It's a very interesting effect. She's a level 3 wind psychic monster, which just adds so many good properties to her, with 1,000 attack and 1,500 defense. I feel like this card can be a foundation of not only a good Gusto deck, but a really good something other deck in the future. Its effect reads, when this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you can target one wind tuner monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in face-up defense position. I'm sorry. Special summon that target in face-up defense position. Its effects are negated. If you activated this effect, you can now special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except wind monsters. You can only use the effect of Pilica, Descendant of Gusto, once per turn. Now, like I said, looking at a couple of properties that Pilica has, she isn't a tuner herself, but she special summons the tuner monster. That puts you kind of in a pickle unless you're playing Gustos for right now. Keep in mind that this is Underrated Monday, where we look at cards that are either underrated in the meta right now or cards that will be extremely good in the future. I feel like this is the latter. She gives you easy access to monsters that are not Gusto monsters, such as Totem Bird, a walking negate, a spell trap negation, or other cards. Like if you ever wanted to summon that that big 9 Exceed monster that nobody plays, or even Mistworm, and anything in between. For right now, this is the reason why she's underrated, because we don't have enough good wind tuner monsters, and also we don't have enough good wind Exceed synchros or fusion monsters as of right now. So I feel that she'll be a really good aspect into the game later on. I have I want to say at least 16 of her right now, still collecting them. I know they go for about $1 each, so I'm very prepared for her. Excuse me. I'm very prepared for her price to go up. It's going to be an extremely interesting card to see. A great thing I wanted to talk about her as well is that she is an emergency teleport target. Like, Konami, what were you thinking? Why did you even make a card like this? That's right. If she special summons through the effects of emergency teleport, she gets to special summon a wind tuner monster from her graveyard. Now, if you're playing Gustos, that's extremely beneficial, because now you get to revive one of your Gusto monsters, who, if it gets destroyed by battle, gets to special summon another Gusto monster, and so on and so forth. That's one great thing about Pilica right there. The next thing is that Call 100 Limb Reverse do the exact same thing. You being able to make an Exceed or Synchro play without wasting your summon can put your opponent in a pretty risky position, especially when you go no special, or I don't normal summon, but I'm going to summon Totem Bird to the side of the field, and they continue to negate. And then negate my opponent's further plays. It kind of has a Ghost Trick a la carte feeling to it, whereas you summon a la carte to bait out your opponent's back row. No, you bring out Pilica to bring out the tuner to go into Totem Bird, and then have your opponent, force your opponent to negate the Totem Bird or suffer the consequences when you summon monsters. I'm pretty sure in trivia, first and foremost, the little penguin on the side is her familiar. This is one of the only familiars to not be released in the Gusto archetype. Oops. Also, Pilica, Descendant of Gusto, is the only Gusto not to have a Meld counterpart. So with that being said, we can at least feel for 2 more cards coming in the future. Maybe her familiar, or maybe the Meld counterpart is a tuner. Another thing is that Pilica's items, I'm sorry, I don't even know what to call it. Her little hairpiece. It is from what I can remember in the Hidden Arsenal story, it was given to her by the ice barriers as a sign of peace, so then they can move forward to become 2 peaceful tribes with each other. That being said, thank you guys for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.